Have you ever encountered someone whose behaviour seemed excessively self-centred or lacked empathy? Today, we're delving deep into the world of female narcissists, pulling back the veil on the distinct behaviours and traits they often exhibit. Throughout this video, we'll navigate the intricate patterns and characteristics that define narcissism in women. By the end, you'll be armed with insights and knowledge to recognise these behaviours and understand the underlying dynamics. Ready to embark on this enlightening journey into the psyche of the female narcissist? Let's dive in and decipher these complexities together. 1. Extreme need for admiration. First and foremost, female narcissists have an insatiable desire for admiration. It's like oxygen for them. You see, their self-worth is often contingent on how others view them, so they constantly seek validation and compliments. When they walk into a room, they expect, almost demand, that they're the centre of attention. If they aren't, they might drop a controversial comment or two just to shift the focus back to themselves. This isn't merely about being a drama queen, but rather an almost pathological need to always be in the spotlight. 2. Oversensitivity to criticism. Let's zoom in a bit further. Have you ever tread lightly around someone, fearing that the slightest criticism would lead to an explosion? Well, with female narcissists, that's often the case. Criticism isn't just unpleasant to them, it's downright intolerable. Their self-concept is so delicately constructed around perfection that any hint of imperfection shatters it. It's not just a matter of being sensitive. Rather, it's like a fortress of self-esteem under siege by the forces of reality. If you've ever met with an out-of-proportion reaction to a minor comment or suggestion, you're probably familiar with this trait. This hypersensitivity isn't just about protecting their ego, it's about maintaining the illusion of their superiority. By pushing back against criticism, they're essentially trying to control the narrative around their identity. 3. A grandiose sense of self-importance. Dive into the psyche of the female narcissist and you'll find an arena and a spotlight shining on one person, and that's them. To them, their desires, thoughts and needs are not just priorities but imperatives. They genuinely believe that they are special, unique and above others in various ways. This isn't the everyday pride one might feel after a job well done. Instead, it's a deeply ingrained belief that they are inherently superior. Their stories will often centre them as the hero, or at the very least, the most critical character. And in conversations, you might notice they relate everything back to themselves, stealing the limelight, even when it's entirely undeserved. 4. Exploitative nature. Now on to a darker corner of this personality. Relationships, interactions, and even casual encounters are seen through a transactional lens. What can this person offer me? Might be their unconscious, or sometimes even conscious, thought process. Manipulation is the name of the game, and they're often the grandmasters of it. They're adept at recognising vulnerabilities in others, and will not hesitate to use them for personal gain. Whether it's emotional manipulation, using someone's kindness, or exploiting someone's trust, the female narcissist knows how to twist situations in her favour. It's not just about advantage, it's about control and ensuring they remain on top. 5. Lack of empathy. The heart of the matter is, ironically, a certain heartlessness. You see, understanding and feeling for another person's emotional state requires one to step outside their bubble. For the female narcissist, this is nearly impossible. Their own emotions, desires, and needs are so overpowering that they drown out the feelings of others. This doesn't mean that they can't recognise or understand emotions. They can, and often do, especially for manipulation. But genuine empathy, the sort that leads to compassion and understanding, is a rare commodity. 6. Envy of others. This isn't just the occasional jealousy that we all might feel. For the female narcissist, the success or happiness of others is a direct threat to their own sense of superiority. If someone else is achieving or receiving praise, it's as if the spotlight is being taken away from them. They might belittle the achievements of others, find reasons to devalue their successes, or even attempt to sabotage others out of pure envy. This isn't just about competition, it's about ensuring they remain the brightest star, even if that means dimming all others. 7. Fantasies of unlimited success. This is truly one of the most defining features of a female narcissist. There's daydreaming, and then there's this. The female narcissist often immerses herself in elaborate fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Every thought, every plan, and every interaction becomes an avenue leading to these fantasies. It's not just a mere dream, it's an alternate reality she believes she's entitled to. This grandiosity influences decisions, interactions, and even the way she perceives real-life situations. In her mind, she's not just aiming for the stars, she believes she's already one of them, only momentarily misplaced on Earth. 8. A sense of entitlement. The world, in the eyes of the female narcissist, owes her. She expects favourable treatment, automatic compliance, and unquestioned agreement with her views or desires. For her, the rules that apply to others might seem beneath her, or she might feel that exceptions should be made in her case. Whether it's cutting in line, disregarding others' feelings, or expecting special treatment, this entitlement is evident. It's as if she's the main character in the grand play of life, and everyone else is merely a supporting role, there solely to amplify her story. 9. Unreasonable expectations. The female narcissist doesn't just want, she demands. She expects others to meet her every need, regardless of how unreasonable or grandiose these expectations might be. It's not just about hoping, it's a deep-seated belief that others should automatically fulfill her desires. This often leads to relationships where she expects unquestioning loyalty, unconditional love, or even for others to take responsibility for her life's decisions. Any failure to meet these high standards is met with disdain, anger, or passive-aggressive behaviour. 10. Dichotomous thinking. For female narcissists, the world often gets divided into clear blacks and whites, void of the myriad greys that form the nuances of life. People, events, and situations are either good or bad, with her typically at the pinnacle of all things good and righteous. This polarised view aids her in maintaining a superior self-concept. Anyone who opposes or challenges her is not just viewed as different, but is painted with a broad brushstroke of negativity, almost as if they're enemies. The world, in this view, becomes a simple narrative of her against the adversaries. But remember, this isn't just about discerning right from wrong. It's an inflexible cognitive style that shields her from the complexities and vulnerabilities of human interaction. 11. Manipulative communication. The female narcissist is often a master of words, using them as tools, sometimes weapons, to control narratives and people. This isn't about occasional white lies or bending the truth. This is a strategic game where words are chess pieces, and she's always aiming for a checkmate. Gaslighting, where she denies reality to make others doubt their perceptions, is a favourite tactic. But it's not only about deceit, it's also about creating an environment where she's always on top and in control. To her, communication isn't about mutual understanding, it's about wielding power, maintaining control, and ensuring she's always in the most favourable light. 12. Emotional volatility. The female narcissist's emotional landscape can be likened to stormy seas, unpredictable and intense. One moment, she might be on top of the world, basking in adoration, and the next, she could be plummeting into depths of rage or despair over a slight, real or perceived. This is not your typical mood swing. It's a raging cyclone fueled by her desire for approval and superiority. These emotional shifts, often disproportionate to the triggers, are a reflection of the fragile self-esteem that lies beneath the surface of arrogance. 13. Disdain for perceived weakness. Vulnerability to the female narcissist isn't just undesirable, it's contemptible. She sees it as a chink in the armour, a sign of inferiority. This disdain isn't limited to others, she's equally harsh on herself. Any perceived failure or shortcoming is met with internalised contempt, even if it's masked by external bravado. Consequently, she often surrounds herself with individuals she perceives as weaker, enabling her to maintain her sense of dominance and superiority. 14. Avoidance of accountability. The world of the female narcissist is one where she reigns supreme and errors are abhorrent. Thus, then faced with mistakes or shortcomings, she tends to deflect blame. It could be external circumstances, other individuals, or sheer cosmic injustice. Anything but her own doing. This avoidance isn't just about preserving self-image, it's about maintaining the illusion of perfection in the eyes of others. Armed with today's knowledge, here's more to uncover. Beware the games, toxic tactics used by the female narcissist. Or, rising above, the fallout of a narcissist losing their hold. Thank you for tuning in. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe for continued insights.